Hi everyone, it's Chris here from OPMC and coming to you today on a Saturday from Sydney, Australia. It is a sweltering day today. The aircon is pumped up high and I've decided it's a perfect day to be indoors and to record this video. Well, it shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone that with all the various e-commerce platforms available online, Odoo has decided to throw its hat in the ring and has their own e-commerce software now. Instead of being solely pro forma accounting software, the company has drastically expanded to include a series of business apps and online integrations from CRM to ERP systems. The way Odoo is leaning into an all-in-one solution has many merchants in the e-commerce world considering if it's time for a change. Here at OPMC, we do always want to be at the forefront of today's leading e-commerce technologies, whether that's Magento, Shopify, BigCommerce or WooCommerce. So although we are WooCommerce fans, we thought it was time to do a quick overview of Odoo versus the massively popular WooCommerce platform so you can decide which is better for your dropshipping, e-commerce and online store needs. So what is Odoo? Well, Odoo is an enterprise resource planning software solution, and it's designed to integrate a ton of other business apps under one roof. It allows you to have functions like HR, sales, accounting, and marketing campaigns in a unified platform for proper management. I suppose a growing e-commerce merchant community backs it, and it does have a highly user-friendly system. So everyone from beginners trying white label e-commerce to seasoned organizations making the digital transformation to online sales can get started. They have a few relevant key features which we can run through together. So first up is about inventory and supply chain. Any e-commerce business needing warehouse efficiency will enjoy the smart double entry inventory system that tracks all stock and locations to reduce any need or demand. Next up is their sales management tools. So you can easily create and distribute various quotes that allow clients to sign digital forms and commit to contracts all through their integrated email system, which is pretty handy. In terms of their core e-commerce stuff, well, you can use the drag and drop editor, which has an AI-backed website configuration that allows you to easily use and customize things, which is pretty cool. In terms of finance and accounting, well, what Odoo is known for best is a full-scale accounting application that has everything from automation and synchronization of bank feeds to tracking inventory and costs. So if you've been living in an underground bunker for the last decade, what is WooCommerce? Well, at its core, WooCommerce is an add-on software for WordPress. This is their content management system that powers a massive portion of the visible website searchable through search engines like Google and Bing. However, WooCommerce itself has complementary plugins that can give you access to pretty much anything you want, like accounting, custom themes, sales maps, tax integration, live chat, and more. It even has our popular Odoo for WooCommerce plugin to automate the accounting side of your e-commerce store if you're an Odoo user too. And yeah, total plug for OPMC right there. Some of the key features of the Woo offering include such things as flexible and secure payments. So you have access to at least 140 region-specific payment gateways that help consumers trust your site for purchasing goods and services. For example, PayPal, Square, Woo Payments, Amazon Pay, and so on. Stripe is definitely one of the better known options, and Woo's own Woo Payments runs off of Stripe. There's also a Woo dashboard, so you can manage everything from tax calculations to live shipping rates and at-home printing labels. So a pretty easy to use unified dashboard that works flawlessly on your mobile device too. Personally, these systems that don't run off mobile drive me nuts, so that is a big bonus in my humble opinion. Then there's the Woo marketplace at woo.com. Here you customize and extend your e-commerce website with hundreds of free and paid add-ons called plugins for everything from SEO, marketing email campaigns, security, Odoo integrations, and so on. And that's going to improve your store's capabilities based on your budget, unique needs, and target audience. Then we have something which I think is really important, which is full support. This is a vibrant online community offering insights for customizations, FAQs, documentation, and even hiring developers. So let's get down into the nitty-gritty now of Odoo versus WooCommerce. So far, I've given you a broad overview of the two e-commerce platforms. So Odoo is an all-in-one provider where the focus is setting up a website and then having business integrations. Whereas WooCommerce is a WordPress-based plugin that opens the door to a wildly broad number of customizations, plugins, and enhancements. The good news is that neither of these options requires a ton of technical skill. Woohoo! Both have drag and drop capabilities and one-click installations of their integrations. It does take a little trial and error when you're getting started for the first time, but you'll quickly learn how to adapt and customize your site using their resources. Now let's look at some of the specifics before you jump in feet first, or dive in head first, however you want to put it. In terms of pricing, well, first things first, how much is it going to cost? You can get started with Odoo for free. Under the one app free plan, you can select website from the menu and build your e-commerce brand that will accept sales. However, if you want to start using other apps like sales, marketing, accounting, or inventory, which is one of the more attractive options, you'll need to upgrade to the standard or custom plans. And that could be anywhere from around $30 a month as a starting point, depending on where you live and what options you choose. The custom plan is for bigger companies needing all apps, Odoo Online, and multi-company support. As for WooCommerce, the core software is free and open source, so there's no fees from Woo or WordPress to install and run WooCommerce on your e-commerce site. However, they do take a bit more of a DIY approach, and you will need a web host, a web developer if you want some help, domain, and some form of security like a firewall. Extensions are available on a case-by-case basis, and some are free. Payment processing is fee-based, so often you don't pay anything until a sale comes in. But that's how most of these things work anyway. In terms of customization for these platforms to get it ticking just how you want it. Well, before we get too deep into this comparison point, remember that Odoo Ecommerce is still relatively new. The community behind this team is growing rapidly. They had a lot of success through COVID, and you're likely to see more offerings in the years ahead. At the current moment, Odoo only customizes through the native app. So if you are paying for the standard or custom plans, you can only customize your website. WooCommerce is the big winner here. There are hundreds of plugins and extensions available, sometimes for free through WordPress.org, and there's also paid plugins available as well on the WooCommerce marketplace on woo.com. That means you can build a website and have it on autopilot with MailChimp, PayPal, and even Odoo Accounting through a WooCommerce plugin we provide at OPMC. There's another plug, don't you love me for that? If you can think of it, odds are there is a WooCommerce plugin on the WordPress platform. So what about inventory and supply chain? Well, it wouldn't be fair to compare WooCommerce to Odoo without looking at inventory management. Yes, you can choose from any plugin for WooCommerce to boost your inventory skills, but there's a good chance the plugin you select is going to be Odoo. Odoo's inventory and supply chain management are meant for e-commerce brands with a lot of products to move. This is typically white label, side-by-side sales, or pure buy-sell methodologies. This is where Odoo excels due to the smart double entry inventory system that ensures you're always on track with real-time movement tracking and dynamic reporting. So what about a super important point, which is ease of use, right? The difference between Odoo versus WooCommerce is going to be a highly subjective matter. Smaller companies of 50 employees or less can use success packs built into the Odoo system to get started. If you have a larger enterprise, you're probably going to want to work with a company to get started or hire an Odoo expert to help you out. WooCommerce is highly scalable and easy to use from the beginning. As WordPress already powers over a third of the internet, finding the information needed to get started takes nothing more than watching a YouTube or TikTok video, depending on how old you are. Combine that with the customization factor, and you're giving full driver's seat freedom to build, create, and enjoy any kind of e-commerce website through WooCommerce. But what about security? Well, Odoo loves security. This is a company built on accounting and inventory management. They're extremely aware of the dangers of e-commerce fraud and have multiple internal and external systems to boost your online security, as you would expect. And this includes backups, disaster recovery, data encryption, and many others. They also hire out independent security audits to ensure they are at the top of their game, which is great for all of us, right? Now, WooCommerce outsources the security needs through third-party integrations. The plugins available through the system include some of the most robust industry standards, from simple SSL certificates with GoDaddy or HostGator to full-fledged online defenses like WordFence security or our own super popular Antifraud plugin. So both platforms will get you the defense you want, but WooCommerce offers a bit more specialization and customization on that front. Now let's move on to customer support. Well, this comparison point for Odoo Ecommerce versus WooCommerce is a bit of a wash. Both platforms have exceptional support, FAQ resources, documentation, and communities. The only differences here, I suppose, are platform age and understanding processes. You know, WooCommerce has been around a lot longer and like me, and operates on WordPress. That alone means there is more information about leveraging the platform in ways Odoo cannot yet do, right? So everything from configuration, guidance on how to import a sales document is covered through free, readily available, and easy to understand online resources in and out of the company. So as for the elephant in the room, which is what is best between Odoo and WooCommerce, well, looking at the two e-commerce platforms, it comes down to your purpose to decide which is better for your online store needs. Odoo is better suited for larger organizations that need a single unified dashboard for all their business applications. And between the accounting, inventory management, and sales dashboard, you can manage a large enterprise from the convenience of your iPad or laptop or your phone. WooCommerce is the better choice for everything else, and some might say for scaling a big business as well. There's far more customization and control over the direction of your e-commerce, dropshipping, or online store services. The pricing is better with WooCommerce, and you have ownership of the code, and you have an evergreen community of support that you can dive into for any question that you're ever going to have. So if you grew up loving the accounting side of Odoo, and or Odoo's accounting side grew up with you, and are highly attracted to e-commerce automation, and the clear winner is the blending of the two platforms. You should build your online brand's foundation using WordPress and WooCommerce, and that leaves the door open to any flexibility, scalability, or integration needs you may have in the future. However, you should combine this foundation by infusing Odoo into your overall strategy. So for that, we suggest Odoo for WooCommerce plugin, another plug. You'll be able to connect your WooCommerce store quickly and easily with complete Odoo instances that automatically communicate in the background, and this offers time-saving benefits and accuracy over hiring a human team to manage the back-end needs of your brand. With this easy-to-use integration, you're going to benefit from a whole bunch of things. So we'll drop the link to this product in the description below. Well, that's all from me for today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, please tell us why. And give us some encouragement by subscribing to this channel so that we can make sure that we're creating even better videos that are more relevant for you in the year ahead. Thanks everyone.